Oh,
By 1303, Moscow controlled land that encompassed the entire flow of the Moskva River.
and they had
Its
wolves.
ambitions didn't end there.
Bitey infantry.
Moscow continued to expand its borders through its wealth rather than warfare. Its tactic was to buy land from bankrupt rulers, acquiring entire towns and villages in the process.
It's one way to do it. Loan shark style.
As Moscow was still a vassal of the mighty Mongol Empire, it had to send envoys to pay them tribute. And Moscow's ever-expanding borders meant more and more revenue for the Mongols. But not everyone was content with the rise of Moscow.
Had to pay the Mongols just so they wouldn't get overrun.
As Moscow grew in power and influence, its Grand Prince, Dmitry Ivanovich, reinforced its vulnerable defenses. Its wooden fortress, the Kremlin, was rebuilt. This time, in stone.
Ooh, they found
But even
rocks.
stone walls didn't deter its enemies. By 1368, Lithuania saw rapidly expanding Moscow as a real threat. Joining forces with the Principality of Tver, they set out to challenge its dominance.
What are you gonna do, Lithuania?
They attacked Moscow. But the stone walls held, and the enemy retreated.
GG.
Tension between the factions refused to die down. In 1370, Moscow marched on territories belonging to both Tver and Lithuania, igniting a full-blown war. Years of bloody conflict ensued, until Moscow's Grand Prince Dmitry Ivanovich finally defeated both enemies.
Did the cinematic just lag?
Moscow was still a vassal of the Mongol Empire, which still demanded tribute. Moscow must keep up the payments or face retribution.
Economic strife abound. And a laggy cinematic to go with it.
Trade routes between Rus settlements supported a vibrant economy, which in turn allowed Moscow to pay forward tribute to the Golden Horde.
Oh, it's good business.
If Moscow was to avoid a Mongol attack, Dmitry would have to meet the Horde's tribute demands before the Khan's patience expired.
And I'm sure that's on a very regular schedule. People's patience.
Moscow's primary means of raising the taxes demanded by the Horde was through trade with nearby Rus towns. But Prince Dmitry would have to keep his traders safe from raids by opportunistic bandits that stalked the countryside.
Bandits. Well, why don't we just ban banditry? Banditude. Bandits. Whatever the noun form would be. I'm gonna go with banditry.
While Moscow's trade was strong, Dmitry could bolster his income if he could locate additional trade partners.
Really? So, I see 2 trade posts I'm supposed to be trading with here. Gold in the bottom. A lot of villagers everywhere. And I'm supposed to gather up enough gold to pay the Mongols. So the first mission was build your stuff and defend it. And this one's gonna be pay off the bad guys. Huh. Okay. So that's how I go about paying them once I have the money. I have to get 1,700 gold from just traders. I don't see any gold veins. Oh, I could use trading at my market, I mean. Sell some food. Yeah, okay. Run, Timmy. No, Timmy. Timmy got eaten. Get a cabin here too. Cabins will really help build the gold income. Alright. I assume as I expand farther out, this is going to get harder and harder with more bandits.
The village of Kalin was ready to trade with Moscow. But more traders on the roads meant an increased threat of bandit raids. Trade routes brought wealth, but safe passage was not a given with bandits stalking the roads.
Yes, lady, I know there's bandits. I believe that has been made abundantly clear. So I'm supposed to be trading with all of these people? Not nearly enough money. I only got 3 minutes left on the timer, which I assume I'm never supposed to let hit 0. Get some stone too. Just extra stuff to be able to flip around to get more gold. Whoa. Bandit camp. Oh. Will that reduce the number of attacks? That would be nice. Protect the trade routes. Got enough gold. Just hold on to it for a little bit more. I have to click it 17 times. Okay. Mongols have been paid.
With the Golden Horde paid, the Muscovites could concentrate on expanding their territory until the next payment was due.
Okay. So now I get some time without having to worry about that. But I still should be building gold. Oh, wolves. Okay. Totally fine. So I'm getting the feeling that I'm gonna need two army groups here. One to just play defense against all these raids, and the other to go out and destroy the camps. Oh, you can heal? Oh, man. That would have been nice to know already. Alright. So is there anything this way? Because I know the bandits were coming from this way. Apparently not. Do the bandits just materialize out of thin air? Why, they can't see anything in that forest. Blind. Totally blind in there. And now my vills are dying. Not good. Not good. A lot of stuff going on. Gotta admire the dedication to the work from the villagers. They are running for their lives while still carrying the bag of rocks. I know I would have just dropped the bag of rocks and ran.
As Moscow grew in riches, the Khan continued to demand taxes. If Dmitri did not pay, he would face the swift vengeance of the Horde.
Pay the Mongols again already?
As Prince Dmitri sought to increase Moscow's power, he turned from trading with his neighbors to purchasing their lands outright. If he owned the surrounding lands, Moscow would be the dominant center of his power, and Dmitri would be secure as Grand Prince.
Buy settlements. I do that here. Collect 1,000 gold from a settlement through trade in order to buy it. Alright. So, that's the kicker of the mission. I have to trade with all of these people to get enough money to buy them. Or buy their land, I should say. To buy their property. Buy the settlement, receive an income of plus 30 gold a minute. So the more you buy, the more gold you get. Very good, very good. And since it says 0 of 5, I assume there's 5 towns that I have to go.
Moscow's power grew as it absorbed the lands around Kolunma.
Yeah.
The town would now generate gold without the need for taxing traders.
Okay. It would have been really nice to know that like this was the goal of the mission from the start, but take what I can get. Just nowhere near enough guys for defense here. Spread way too thin. Give me a couple bills. Oh, too late. Burned down. Alright then. increase the sight range or the damage of the tower. Can you all actually get to work trading with these soon-to-be subordinates? Let's get some extra resources going over here. Got a free TC, so hey, I'll take it. Let's add on some more production, because I definitely need more army units. This is not cutting it with just 111. And I need to try and save up on the gold side, so I don't think that I should build knights or lancers, whatever they are. Get out, Prince. Yeah, we'll go horses. Horsemen, not knights. So much trouble everywhere. This is quite an active mission. Get the wolves. Get a second tower. So that hopefully I don't have to pay so much attention with army units. Let's destroy the bandit camp. See if that helps out. Oh, peace out, lumber camp. No, 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 no. Not my traders. Okay. So I can go ahead and buy that place.
As the deadline for payment of tribute approached, Dmitri had to quicken his efforts to
Let me go ahead and pay them too.
Dmitri purchased the lands of Troitsky
Okay.
and extended Moscow's power.
Very cool. So then, just gotta pay to get Klin, but I have to find some others. Because I've only found 3 places. You guys go trade with Klin for now. Need more lumber. Not nearly enough wood. Okay. So that's going fine. Now got 19 on wood. Gold income is doing totally fine. Oh, I could be getting those eco upgrades. Might actually be helpful, since this is an economy mission.
The Khan once again demanded taxes from the growing Rus provinces. But this time, the price to keep the Horde at bay was higher than ever before.
How much do they want? 2,000. Oh, inflation. Even in the 1200s, you cannot escape inflation.
Before he could purchase
Not
the
yet.
settlements, Dmitri needed to prove he could provide safe passage for the traders and their goods.
I still need to find some places. Let's get these scouts going. We'll send that group out with the scout. Get Rax over here. And destroy that camp. Oh, found a camp. By accident. Need to resupply the prince. Yes. The heal actually is pretty good for them. Hey, I see treasure. Give me that money. Bandit camp is toast. So is my trader. I see y'all just sitting there, waiting to do evil. Keep making traders. Alright, I did get enough gold. Oh, you guys are already here. Very good. Whoever thought of that must be very smart and good looking.
The Rus of Kalin now recognized Dmitri as their Grand Prince. Bandits
Alright.
remained a threat on the roads, however.
Find more settlements in the region. Yeah, I know. I need to find 2 more, it looks like. Alright, that's doing fine. get you to regroup with number 2, which is my left side defense right now. Let's destroy this bandit camp. Oh, hey, you guys are still alive. Go find me a town. Make yourselves useful. It's a lot of traders. A lot of idle traders here. Oh, you guys are idle too. Alright, let's destroy this camp. Hey, found a town.
Men located Vladimir. They opened another revenue stream for the Grand Prince.
Get the heal going for them. And let's get all the traders going to Vladimir. Need to make sure I'm getting the arrows for the towers.
Muscovite scouts located the town of
Hey.
Sistel, and trade could begin.
Found the second one. Alright. So now I just need to protect the roads. Come on. There we go. Got it. Losing bills left and right. You know what? Actually, it's fine. You can let me lose a few bills. Reinforce the main army. The Mongols demand their payment. Oh no. Alright. So 2,000. Okay. There we go. More traders. Yeah, I thought there were bad guys up here. Let's get the army to protect. That is under control. There's another town?
The small settlement at Perislav welcomed Muscovite scouts and the prospect of trade.
Really? Am I gonna have to go for all of these? Make sure I got enough gold in case another payment has to come through. I have no idea if I'll have to acquire all of these towns or not, or if it stops at 5. Guess I'll prepare accordingly. Oh yeah, you guys are still going. Do some more scouting. Need to know if there's any other surprises. $2,300. Mongols are greedy. I am max supply. Could have been getting upgrades. Only took me 30 minutes to remember. Hey, found another bandit camp. Can you guys actually defend? Might be helpful. Oh no, my traders. I still can't buy any of those places yet. The traders have to make it back, I presume. Oh, you guys are totally fine. I got plenty of the stabby boys. Pokers. Can you guys handle the bandit camp? Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out very well. Move to defend. Still haven't actually gotten the money. Oh, they're coming back now. With about 280 gold per. That should definitely clear it up. Yeah, alright, now we can get that one.
Vladimir became another outpost of Moscow's growing influence.
Welcome, Vladimir. Trader can't pick up gold. Anyone else want to tell me what's wrong with that sentence? The trader can't pick up the gold. Get 'em. Destroy that. Go for the camp there. You guys are just kind of defending. There's a lot going on in this mission. Another one? Really?
And the coming of Muscovite traders.
Oh, they. I guess that's everybody, huh? Okay. So there's only 7 places. Send out the scout more. There's still 2 more bandit camps I don't know about. Although that one's optional. The bandit camps is optional. So I think I'm just waiting on traders. I've got almost 10,000 gold. Oh, I got enough for Zustad.
Moscow Moscow absorbed the lands around
Welcome.
Susto, extending its power. Moscow's power over the region.
So that was
now
5. That's 6. And 7 is on the right side. Or not.
with the surrounding principalities.
I guess you only had to get 5.
Moscow was now the preeminent power among the Rus. The time was coming to throw off the Mongol yoke.
I have very mixed feelings about that mission. So you were paying the Mongols just to keep them off your back, but the real goal of the mission was to trade with 5 of the 7 towns on the map to then eventually buy them. Okay.